Because I even talked to you, talked to Lex about hey, it's these dates or whatever. And then I was like, okay, so cool. Like I'm gonna schedule it. Like that's gonna happen. But can I get some more information so I can kind of just get other things going on in the process? And they're like, well, just go get trained first and then we can talk. And I'm like, why do we have to do this? Why are you gatekeeping this? Like what is the purpose of you withholding information from me right now? Like, what is the purpose of this? Welcome back to the Detailing Business Class podcast, where you'll learn proven tactics and strategies on sales, marketing, and operations to grow your business. I'm your host, Oscar Gill, and my goal is to elevate you as a detailer and business owner to the next level. In today's episode, you're going to hear an update from Lex, Angel, and myself on where we are with the PPF and the vinyl wrap services that we want to introduce into our business. You'll hear how we started talking about it, what made us actually take action, where we're buying the supplies, where we are with the marketing, and just gotta get a feel for how everyone is thinking about offering these new services, because they are quite different than just detailing. And I do want to let you know that this year, Jobber Grants is back. They're going to have $150,000 in grants awarded to 25 service business owners, meaning if you need to use the money for marketing, for buying equipment, for hiring a team member, for whatever it is that you need, they are going to award to 25 service business owners. Now, this is a grant, not a loan, so you can use it in however way you want and you don't have to pay the money back. If you are interested, you can click the link in the description box, or if you're listening to this on the podcast, then click the link in the show notes and apply. It takes less than 5 minutes, but I'm telling you, take advantage of this because it's an easy way to get money that you can use and deploy into your business. So take advantage of that. Let's go ahead and get started. And welcome back to another episode. I am joined with the team. We have Mr. Lex looking ginormous over here in the tank. And then we got Angel over here with the fresh cut. We actually all got haircuts about like 30 minutes ago, so we all have fresh cuts.
Yep.
We're also all about a workout, which is why Lex is in the tank. I'm in a workout shirt, and then Angel's also in a workout shirt. So a lot going on. Lex and I are also sipping on a pre-workout, so a lot going on right now. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about something very special. It's not really special, but we are moving towards introducing both PPF, which is paint protection film, and then vinyl wrapping, and allegedly even maybe tinting, apparently, into our suite of services. So this is something that I think Lex and I have talked about it for a while, kind of, that we'd be offering PPF. Mm-hmm. And then once Angel came on board, and because you've been here how long now? Almost a year?
I think so.
Maybe like at the start of this year is when he wanted. We'll get on to details, but we're gonna talk about what we project, how it's gonna go, what we're anticipating, and it will just kind of get a deeper level insights into how we're gonna approach the whole PPF, vinyl, and possibly tinting. So we'll start off with Lex and I first, before we bring Angel into the conversation, because it really started when Angel got here and started pushing for that. But for sure, me and Lex, because we have talked about it in the past, right?
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. For sure we have.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the talk has been very, like, loose, because we said that, like, in the future, we want to be more correction coding PPF.
Yep.
But we never really took any action on that.
No.
Do you remember when we started? Like months ago, we were referred to doing PPF, right?
Yeah, but it always used to just come up in our conversations. Yeah, like a quick, what if we do PPF in the future?
It was a very, there was no action behind it. It was just like, PPF, right? Yeah, maybe sometime, maybe like, what's up with that? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
So it was like that for the longest. And it wasn't until Angel, we definitely started moving towards especially vinyl and PPF. So where we are right now with PPF is that we've pre-ordered the material from Car Supplies Warehouse, which Jason, called Optical. So we have the PPF. We'll also get trained through them, so that's set in stone through there. We just gotta wait for the dates and see who's gonna go out first and all that stuff. But we're gonna get trained through them. On the marketing side, so far on the website, I've created a paint protection film page that I'm gonna start marketing through SEO to get the ball rolling. But I figure to really increase our lead and such, we're going to run ads for those services. No, I haven't done anything marketing related with vinyl, even though that's what we're doing mostly right now.
Yeah.
So where I am right now is like for one with the PPF, and I'm talking to you guys, but also talking to the audience, to the listeners, is that with PPF, my biggest drawback is when I called, I spoke to XPEL, and anyone that does PPF, let me know your thoughts on this as well. But when I spoke to XPEL, I didn't really know what was going into it. Like I didn't know anything about PPF, so I talked to the folks at XPEL, and I talked to the regional rep that's in charge of this area, and the vibes that I got were so weird, so off. Like I was very like, man, is this really how it's done right now? Because you call, and there's a lot of requirements where there can't be another provider like a detailer or shop or PPF shop within like 5 miles of us. I believe there has to be a minimum order quantity per month. You can only use their software and their supplies, meaning if we were to bring in their PPF material, we'd also have to use their ceramic coating, like only theirs, and we can't bring in any other PPF brand as well. So if there was like S-Tech or 3M, we would not be allowed to do that. And if they caught us doing that, they would remove us from their list and we can no longer purchase from them. So whack. All that, I was like, bro, I'm not doing that, dude. And I'm going to make a much more in-depth episode on this topic, but this also has, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, like right to repair. Yeah, never heard about that? Okay, no. Well, I'll do a much deeper dive into it. But basically, I didn't like how much control they had over it, because if you're telling me, hey, like, if you want to come with us, you have to give up this, give up that, give up this, and we're gonna, if you do anything else, we're gonna kick you off. And it's like I'm not gonna deal with that kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty whack.
I'm not gonna deal with that kind of business practices. Like I'm just not doing that. So I'm very thankful that Jason launched his own film. And even with S-Tech, because I talked to them as well, I was like, hey, can I get some more information? So with them, they're like, we don't have an minimum order quantity. We don't have any restrictions on areas. I was like, okay, cool.
Good.
But then they're saying, yeah, you just have to get certified in training. I was like, okay, where is that? And it's like, well, here's all the places that you can go. And it was like XPEL, 3M. I was like, well, why do I have to go to them to get trained to use your film, right? I was like, it's kind of weird. And then it was something else. But then I was like, okay, cool. Like they sent me someone, and I contacted that individual. Angel. And I was kidding. So I contacted that individual that we were gonna do the training, right? Because I even talked to you, talked to Lex about it, hey, it's these dates or whatever. And then I was like, okay, so cool. Like I'm gonna schedule it. Like that's gonna happen. But can I get some more information so I can kind of just get other things going on in the process? And they're like, well, just go get trained first, and then we can talk. And I'm like, why do we have to do this? Why are you gatekeeping this? Like what was the purpose of you withholding information from me right now? Like, what is the purpose of this? So with that as well, I was like, dude, what the heck? So that's why I immediately went with Optical from Jason with Car Supplies Warehouse, because I was like, bro, this is so dumb. Like, why is the industry, PPF specifically, like this? Because with vinyl, it's not like that. You can order vinyl from anywhere.
Anyone.
3M, help me out with the brand. 3M, KPMF, Vivid, Tech Wrap, what's the other one? Avery. Those you just order it. So I'm like, man, what's such the big difference with PPF? And again, if anyone knows, let me know in the listeners, because like with XPEL, I would not go, and if 3M is the same way as well, where they have these restrictions and say, hey, you can only use us, I would not go with them either, because like I just see that as very bad business practice. And like I like again. Yeah. In my thorough episode when I go over rights to repair, it kind of aligns with like, this is bad business practice. It's like, I wouldn't want to do. Imagine if we bought a Grit's Garage polisher, and they're like, "Hey, you can only use our polishers, and you can, and that polisher only works with our pads, and you can't use anything else." You know, like that's like, again, when I do that thorough episode, you'd be like, "Oh, damn, that's kind of crazy." So, yeah, that's why I'm not a fan of like I was not a fan of that at all. So, anyways, yeah, so where we are right now with the brand is we're gonna go with Optical. So right now, let's fast forward to now January of this year. Angel, because you kept on bringing it up a lot, like, bro, let's do some raps, let's do PPF, let's do. So for you, why were you so inclined to do? Was it just rap or PPF rap 10, or where should kind of break it down? Like, where are you coming from as far as like what made you want to do that?
So I think for me, majority of it was always just a vinyl rap. That was always like my main goal, at least, like getting into the detailing industry. I knew that it could be like a gateway to eventually get into rap, or just start doing it, because I had practiced it on my car before. And then when I started working here, it just made sense to like throw it out there, like that, you know what, we should start doing wrap, like, or we should start doing PPF or tint, which all kind of, you know, are similar in a way as far as like installation and stuff goes. So yeah, I just never had the platform to really like, I guess, take initiative with it. And then when I started working with y'all, I figured, I was like, I've heard y'all mention it also before too. And I was like, well, you know, maybe if I start to show some type of like, you know, interest in wanting to do this, or, you know, some initiative or motive, maybe it can influence them to also want to go in there, since I know they also want to. So yeah, this was kind of like a platform to just like, you know, really just start and like take initiative on something that I've always wanted to do. And, you know, PPF just kind of fell into it. And then everything else that we say, like, oh, we're also going to do tint and stuff like that. So yeah, it just made sense. And then, you know, we've done my hood here. We've done my tail lights here. We've done a couple of reps and practices here. So it really was like I said, like it gave me the opportunity to start doing it, because it definitely wasn't something I was going to do outside.
Yeah, because I remember, because that's a good thing. Like when anyone shows interest in something, it's good to like, and I told you, I was like, I see that fire in you. I see that like urge of like to learn and to do more and to work hard. So like with you, when as interested as you seemed, I'm like, well, I want to give him the opportunity to do something with it, right? Because you seem so like eager to do it. So that's why like the first thing that we did was to wrap my. I let you wrap my forerunner. That's the first thing that we did. The balance, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All along, yeah, because it just me like that was before we planned on doing it. But I was like, he seems so eager and like he wants to do something, right? And it's like I'll just go buy it and just let him install it. Like just let him do it, whether he messes up or not. Like let him scratch that itch of like let me try it out. And you were super excited to do that,
dude. That was like my first attempt at any type of like wrap, like where it was like a surface like that with like recesses and like crevices. Like that was my first attempt at anything. I was kind of nervous, not gonna lie.
Yeah, but
because at that point I wasn't working here too long, so maybe I wasn't as close with y'all either. But I was like, man, I wonder what he's gonna say if this rap comes out. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, because the whole time I was trying to encourage you, like, hey, bro, just do it, just hit it. Just like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like it's for you. It's to get trained. It's to whatever. But it's cool to see the progression, because that was January 3rd, I think we said, right? January 3rd of this year that he installed that. And just little next was Danny's front valance and the side mirrors. And then from there, it went to, it actually waited a few months until...
We did Danny's again, his little grill. Like the upper lip of the grill.
Yeah, he did that. And then it went to the grill and the side mirrors. That's when we did the side mirrors, because the front valance was its own thing. And then from there, we went to Lex's. Dang, it wasn't that long.
No, we did my hood.
Oh, and then
we waited a while.
I feel like that's when the shift happened. When we wrapped your hood, your hood.
Yeah. Oh, my trunk.
Oh, your trunk. You did that on your own.
Yeah, I did that.
All on your own.
Yeah, I did my trunk.
Good job on that. Yeah, on your scat pack, and then we went to your hood, and then when me, you, and him did it, I feel like that's when like, oh, hey, this kind of for real. Like this is kind of cool.
Yeah,
and then from there we were like, hey, order your roof now, and then we were like, hey, let's wrap the whole HHR now, and then we're gonna order a whole bunch of film.
Tail light tent.
Oh, and then you hit your tail lights. Yeah. And then at that point we were like, oh man, this like let's keep on getting those reps in.
Yeah.
So yeah, like which is fun because like this could have been happening since January. Like we would have been like experts by now if we would have started by January. So so that was the progress, because now we're like, yeah, let's do vinyl. Let's do vinyl and PPF. And for me, like right now, why I want to do vinyl right now is just because it just gives us more reps to like just to work with material, work on vehicles that in some way might help us with PPF once we get to that point. So it's just reps, it's just experience at this point. But I feel like the work that we've done so far on the hood, trunk, it comes out good.
Yeah.
So right now, like the next thing that we want to do is just get more reps in on specific, like on the HHR. We're gonna wrap all the panels in different colors just to get reps in. Might do something on I want my car, my 4Runner, to be all stealth black, so that's a whole vehicle we'll work on. Yeah. Lex, he wants to do, what's the color?
I think it's like Madeira red,
and that's something through
like
tech wrap. I think we want it. What is it? Just your hood? I mean your roof?
Yeah, the roof. I want to do like the matte black strip at the whole top of the car, so it's the trunk, the roof, and the hood.
Yeah, that one, and then I think that'd be it for now as far as. But that
HHR.
We're gonna fully wrap that one. That's all we have on the list as far as that. Now for tinting, again, I don't know if I still can't say if we're gonna go full tint because PPF and vinyl in itself is already like a lot.
Yeah.
But we are gonna practice tint on our own vehicles just because we need tint. I need my vehicle to get tint, and we might as well practice that as well. So now let's talk about so Lex, I know you're a little on the cuff of the like one time when we were working on the hood, he just like he kind of left midway. He's like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything. He was doing everything.
He was like, I'm gonna leave.
All right, I'm gonna go check.
And then I got there and I was like, because actually I told Lex this story with my XRS. Which actually no one's ever heard this story because there's never been a reason for me to tell this story until now. That because my first vehicle, the Matrix XRS, I had bought a custom front bumper, and it was a fiberglass.
Yeah,
a fiberglass. And it was just like that fiberglass black material, right? It wasn't painted or anything. So I remember I forgot what color, but I was like, because it was either like getting it like plasti dipped at the time or whatever. But it was just like my XRS is blue and the front bumper is black, and I was like, well, I gotta change the color, right? Tell me why. I ordered the wrap to wrap it myself. This like super intricate, like there's like it's like an intricate front bumper, fiberglass, and I ordered the film. I had it, bro, and I tried to install it by myself. Like no knowledge of anything, bro. I only had a heat gun, no squeegees, no like nothing, dude. And I attempted to wrap my front bumper by myself. I threw everything away. Like nothing got done. Like I watched no videos. No, granted, this was back in like 2012, 2011. Yeah. So like no, this was in. Because I was still in high school. This was 2011. Man. So there wasn't, that, it ain't like it is now. It's like so much resources now, I attempted to wrap my front bumper at like 10 p.m. by myself with like a heat gun, no squeegee. But it kind of goes all the route. Like maybe I'm drawn to the whole vinyl stuff because like I tried that.
Try to redeem yourself
13 years ago, and I was like, all right, like So I've had vinyl experience, bad vinyl experience.
We're gonna get a Toyota Matrix. We're gonna get a front bumper and we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna finish that.
But this one's free. Just give me the vehicle, dog. Yeah, so that's actually my history with that one. Actually, I actually attempted that as well. But for you, Lex, like, do you are you more interested in PPF versus vinyl or?
Yeah, I have a friend who does vinyl wrapping, and I've helped him out quite a few times. And every time I helped him out, I was like, man, this ain't it. This ain't it for me. I lose patience really quick. And all those fingers and creases and crinkles really make me
But do you think you'd be more interested in PPF over
yeah.
Or do you think
No, I'd be more interested in PPF. To me, it just seems a little bit easier, although I know it's still going to be hard. Really hard.
I am more interested, though, for sure. There is a difference, yeah.
But I am more interested in getting trained for PPF and doing that first than vinyl, just for the business.
Yeah, and that we'll talk on the second point. You, Angel, because with you're like, bro, we'll do tint, bro, we'll do PPF, bro, we'll do vinyl, bro, you bring it all right now.
I mean, yeah.
Do you like that more than detailing? Which it is different though. Like if you're saying cleaning an interior to like wrapping a vehicle or those are two completely different things.
It is different. I feel like the cool thing will be is like, but we're talking like down the line now, because like right now it's cool to get those reps in and stuff, but like I feel like we can't really gauge or measure what it's really like to have like a work day of wrapping or PPF, because it's like.
We're kind of fitting it in where we can. Yeah. Instead of here's a vehicle for a week, take everything apart, take the front, the bumper, the headlights, the badges, the door handles, wrap everything, tuck all the edges. Yeah,
like I'm just waiting for you to like tell me it's like, hey man,
we got a car coming in tomorrow.
We got a car coming in tomorrow. 4 days. Like I'm waiting for that. It's just I feel like it's so different because we can't really measure like what a work day is gonna look like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be so different than detailing.
Because the only two vehicles that we work on that like a full wrap, and that'll still be in pieces is the 4Runner and the HHR. But that's still like piece, because we can't devote a whole week to it to just do that. So that's like because the real thing is once we get a full customer here saying, hey, full wrap, stealth black, we had it for 4 days, $3,000. Let's get to it now.
Yeah.
So the cool thing, and with me, like, because I want to know enough to do it, but like. I wouldn't do. it's not like I'll become like a master at it, right? Because even playing around, we call Angel as the lead installer.
lead
Installer. Even though, I mean, he does have more experience than all of us, but like, he's not too far for like, you know what I'm saying? Like we all don't really know much about anything at this point with what we're doing. But yeah, as of right now, we always tell Angel he's a lead installer, and we've been purchasing tools and stuff too, little by little, like squeegees and the other little things that tuck everything, and the magnets and the magnetic measuring tapes and all this stuff.
We have it all to do a full car.
We just ain't got the skills.
We
just got the skills yet. I've also been talking to a few other detailers detailers / vinyl rappers on Instagram. The ones that like I reach out to them, say, hey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? So that's been very helpful because I share it with you guys of like, hey, this is what this person, how long they do, how long it takes, what they charge, and whatever. And that's another point where the ticket items completely change. You go from you know, like for us, like a correction and coating might be, depending on the vehicle and what it is, like $800 to $1,400 to $1,800. But you go enter and typically like with vinyl, at least to my knowledge, if you're doing a vinyl wrap, if it's not either the roof, hood, and trunk, it's going to be the whole vehicle. Like it's either you get all that or just the roof or just the hood, or it's the whole thing, right? Yeah. Because like if you're going to change the color to black, that's either like just the hood or the hood, the roof, you know, like that whole package there. But short of that, like you're not just going to wrap a fender or wrap a door. So it usually turns into like a full wrap, to my knowledge, right now for vinyl. For PPF, it is like, it could be like a partial, a front end, a full, which is completely different. But then like even the customer that we had the other day with the truck, he said that his PPF on what was it? It was a 3500.
It was a Ram 3500 limited. It wasn't a dually.
Yeah, so it was big though.
But it was big.
It was ginormous.
It was lifted and all that.
Yeah, and for that one, he paid $9,000 for the PPF.
Yeah, full body.
And then the owner of the Urus, we got to ask him next time if you can.
Yeah, I don't know how much.
But that's also pretty penny because they got it at the same spot. Place. So I can only imagine it probably falls within the around $7,000 for a full wrap.
Yeah.
So we're going from
PPF, full PPF.
Yeah, so we're going from like a correction and coating that goes from $800 to $1,800 to a full wrap of vinyl could be $15,000 to $4,000 to $6,000. A PPF can go from maybe partial like $1,500 front end to depending whether 2,000 to like $7,000 $8,000, which is crazy. Like that's a ginormous difference in ticket price.
That's big. Yeah.
Not only that, but the number sounds nice. Like, oh dang, a $7,000 job, but then that is like 4 or 5 days of work. That is taking everything apart. That is being very meticulous about it. That is if a redo comes because there's some debris under the film or it's starting to live. It's like, oh, you got to put this whole thing off. Mm-hmm. Take off that door handle, take off that door panel, and do everything again. Like so, it's like the redo process is also a lot higher, a lot more difficult to do, and it's gonna happen. Like just as careful as we are, like it's gonna happen. Like we're gonna something's gonna bubble up, and they're gonna come back or whatever. So that's another thing that we're doing for the listeners is that I told Lex and Angel, like ask the customer how much they paid for that PPF, just so we get a insight to like how much people are charging. So like if Jelante next time next time he pulls
the wrap,
next time he pulls up, just ask him, hey, how much was the wrap? Like how long did it take? Just to get some more information on. Yeah. So that's also what we're doing, just trying to get more insight into what people are charging. Does anyone have the time? I don't
know. Give me like 5 seconds. Figure it out.
4:53.
5:53.
Okay, so so anything? What's any big thing that you're looking forward to is with the wrap, like? Yeah. Other than just doing it, like, is this something that you want to pursue later, like with your own stuff, like handsome detail offering? Because also not scary thing, but it's like because Angel has been the one leading the whole like, hey, let's do it, and then it's like, yeah, let's do it. And then Angel's like, yeah, or Lex is like, yeah, let's do it. But then it's like, hey, what if you leave like in 6 months? Like, like halfway, like he knows most of the knowledge. We don't, we're not but to that thing though, it's also like that's also okay because we were gonna do it at any point anyhow, and even if you were to leave. It's like, well, you just got to figure it out along the way, right? And we've talked like, hey, if you do want to leave, again, this is all speculation, not that we, totally just assumptions being made here. But I have talked to Angel like, hey, if you do leave, like, we'll just contract you to work, and you'll have the whole workspace here. Yeah, like that makes total sense as well. Like as a small band-aid until either we hire another, or that's just the way we works, and he does his own stuff, and he can bring it here, whatever. It's like there's always another outlet to a problem or to like something that doesn't work out.
Yeah, for me, it's one of those things where I feel like once you have the skills, to perform and do like high ticket items or like high value services like rap, vinyl, PPF. It's a very, I wouldn't say sought after service, but it's definitely something that not a lot of people offer. So I feel like, you can definitely do a lot with it. Being like a fully trained like PPF installer or being able to vinyl wrap a whole car by yourself in like 3 or 4 days is very valuable.
Yeah, which I just thought about. I was like, dang, do we even start like another like? Because you have like what's the guy's name? Paradox the rapper, CK Rap,
Jay the rap specialist.
Jay the rap specialist. Where like, should we even just start like a own dedicated little YouTube Groove Raps or something?
Yeah.
Like, and just share our entire just share rapping vehicles, because obviously I'm gonna start adding content to Dita Groove, like, hey, here's a vinyl wrap breakdown on this 2019 Ford Mustang, and doing that. But then it's also like, again, like CK Raps, Jay the rap specialist, Paradox the rapper, where like they have their own thing that's just all about rapping as well, and that kind of makes sense too, like to start a new channel about rapping and such.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what it is for me. Really, is just having the experience and just doing is just seeing where it goes. Really, I don't know if I'll offer it on my own or whatever happens. It's too soon to tell really what's gonna happen with it.
Yeah, like in my head, I'm not like, oh, but Angel, you're not leaving yet. It's like, bro, like again, I told you from the day one, like you are gonna leave at some point, and like we'll figure it out. Again, like if it comes down to like, hey, if you're offering it to Handsome and like you want to work out of here, and you still deal with our customers, and we just contract that out to you, whatever. Like that's it. Like there's always a solution. There's always a way. And again, this is like just a thought that there's no way like. Nothing's happening right now in terms of, oh, he's gonna leave. Is it like nothing like that? It's just like just a very high level. Like if it ever happens, whatever. Like it's not a big deal. Anyways, I think it's time to go work out. So we'll end it right there. So. Thank you very much. We'll keep you guys updated with how we're doing with the PPF and vinyl and possibly tint. We'll talk to you on the next one. Bye bye.